it's also limited edition! Hey everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to the channel. For today's video, I have the newest release from Holo Taco. We got a collection box. For Holo Taco's 7th anniversary, we have the Jackpot collection, which features 7 brand new nail polishes, plus this really nifty collection box. The Jackpot collection is available right now on the Holo Taco website, and this release is considered limited edition. Hopefully it won't sell out too quickly. I will get into all of the sale information for the end of the video. The polishes featured for today's video were sent to me by Holo Taco in gifted PR. This video is not sponsored, but again, I did receive all these polishes from the brand. Thank you so much, Holo Taco, for sending these to me, and happy birthday. So as always, in the description box, I will have links to where you can pick these polishes. I'll have the brand social media pages, my social media pages, and of course, timestamps are in the description box as well. I will also have some comparisons because I feel like some of these are kind of comparable to other Holo Taco shades. So let's just get right into this video. Going in alphabetical order, the first polish up is called All I Do Is Sin, and Holo Taco describes this one as having a black jelly base with holographic multicolored glitter. All I Do Is Sin had a pretty okay formula. This is going to be one of the polishes in the collection that I feel does not like to be overworked. Because this polish is in a jelly base, you are going to want to build this one up to get the most opacity. I don't foresee anyone liking this one in anything less than 3 coats. I think if you want to skimp out on coats, you could in theory pair this with, say, like a black base, but you're gonna lose a lot of dimension if you don't build this one up. So I did find that the base on this polish, it was a bit more on the thicker side. I don't know for sure if I'll call them slight application issues that I had with the polish. I don't know if that's because it was both very hot and humid while I was swatching these. So for wearing this one, I would highly recommend making sure to let each layer dry completely before moving on to the next one, which I don't usually do for swatching. I did find in order to get the base on this polish to be that nice, beautiful, like black color, you definitely want to build this one up. So for the holographic glitter in this polish, there is a whole rainbow of colors for the holographic glitters. You can both see everything being super rainbowy and holographic, as well as seeing reds, greens, blues, gold, yellowy colors. I don't recall seeing a purple colored glitter, but it basically looks like a rainbow of glitter on the nail. The holographic glitter in here does of course dry down textured because again, they are hex-shaped micro glitter. So you're gonna want 1 to 2 layers of top coat to smooth everything out depending on thickness of your top coat. Because this is glitter we are talking about, it will of course dry down fairly textured. My swatches show All I Do Is Sin in 3 layers plus 1 thick layer of glossy top coat. Because this is glitter we are talking about, you will for sure want to use either the soak off method or a peel off base coat for removal. The hex layers are going to just shred your cotton ball to bits if you try to scrub this one off, and I did not personally experience any staining upon removal for this shade. The next polish up is called Chandelier Showers, and the description that I got from the brand describes this as being multi-dimensional holographic and iridescent glitter shards with purple and pink iridescent flakes. Chandelier Showers had a fantastic formula. I think this polish is in a clear base, so all of the opacity that you get with it come from the various components inside of it. So on that first coat, it is super duper sheer. So you're gonna wanna build this one up. I do think, however, that this polish has a lot of topper possibilities. Chandelier Showers was slightly on the thicker side, but about what I expected for a polish that has a whole lot of glitter and flakies in it. I don't feel like the description Holo Taco gave me really says what's in the polish. I was also seeing what I believe is a violet colored shimmer in the background of the polish. There's a very strong purpley effect in the background. As far as the iridescence of the polish, you get like a color shifty look on your nail. I was seeing a purple to pink to red color shift across my entire nail. I'm not quite sure if that's from the shimmer that I was seeing or if it's from the various iridescent flakes in the polish. There also is a lot of glitter in here. I am fairly confident that there is both holographic glitter as well as holographic shreds on top of there also being iridescent flakies. There is a lot of sparkle happening in this polish. Holo Taco, if you catch this video, I desperately need this polish in every damn color of the rainbow. Give me more of this. This was absolutely stunning. There is a whole lot of sparkle that you get from all the various holographic components as well as the iridescent, and unsurprisingly, this polish also dries down fairly textured. There is a whole lot of sparkle happening in this polish and it's absolutely beautiful. I would, however, recommend, again, multiple layers of top coat to smooth out the glitter shreds as well as the holographic glitter. Glitter shreds in general, if you're unaware, they have a tendency to kind of poke upwards like this off of the nail. I didn't notice any of the glitter shreds poking up off of my nail when I had this one swatched out. I'm also going to be putting this polish on later today, so I will put a note here on screen if I notice any glitter shreds poking up when I wear it for my full hand manicure. I would, however, still recommend wearing multiple layers of top coat to smooth all those really fun glitter shreds and glitters out. And I once again would recommend the soak off method or a peel off base coat for the easiest removal. This is definitely going to shred cotton balls, so don't scrub the polish off. Use the soak off method or a peel off base coat. I have yet to be stained by a glitter. I mean, I know it's possible, but I've yet to be stained by like a silver glitter, so I didn't notice any staining, but do what you want for your nails. The next polish up is called Hit the Lights, and the brand describes this one as a deep indigo blue jelly base with gold holographic glitter as well as gold reflective glitter. Hit the Lights also had a really good but definitely thicker formula. Similarly to one of the previous polishes where we had a jelly base with a whole lot of glitter in it, I kind of expected this one to be on the thicker side, but I didn't find this one to be so thick that I felt the need to add any nail polish thinner to it. I do agree with the brand's color description for the shade. This is a beautiful, very indigo leaning blue polish. I feel like we're gonna have another situation with this polish where people are gonna say it's purple and some people are gonna say it's blue and some people are gonna say it's blurple, but I agree with calling this one an indigo blue. It has this like a little bit of a purpley tone, but in my opinion, not enough that I would call it purple. Similarly to the last jelly polish, this is gonna be one of those polishes where you're gonna wanna build this one up to get the most opacity going. I will, however, call this one a 2 to 3 coater depending on your application style and personal preference. Why, unsurprisingly, I love the glitter mix in this polish. You have a beautiful gold holographic glitter as well as a gold reflective glitter, and I could easily see the gold reflex on the nail. For my live swatch, I swatched this one out in 2 coats. I feel like I was just on the line of needing 3 coats. I recently broke my live swatch nail, so I currently have a patch on my nail and then I have a gel overlay on top of my patch, and I feel like around the area where I have the patch on my nail, I feel like I could see it a little bit in the polish overall, and I feel that if I had added a 3rd layer of polish on it, it might have hid the patch a little bit better. So yeah, 2 to 3 coater on this one. However, I personally found that I really like the amount of depth of the base color that I got with this one in 2 coats, but I feel like my coats also were like a little bit on the thicker side because of how thick the overall polish was. The reflective glitter as well as the holographic glitter are going to add a whole lot of texture to this polish, so you're going to want, again, multiple layers of top coat. For my live swatch, did I cheat and do 1 thick layer of Seche Vive? Yes, I did, because that kind of works pretty good for me. My swatches show Hit the Lights in 2 coats plus 1 thick layer of top coat, but definitely at least 1 to 2 layers of top coat to smooth those glitters out. And similarly to the other polishes in the collection, I would once again recommend the soak off method or a peel off base coat for this shade. The reflective glitter in particular is in fact going to be a bit more difficult to remove if you choose to scrub the polish off. While I did not personally experience any staining with this shade, this has the look of a stainer to me, so act accordingly. Multiple layers of base coat if you care about that kind of thing. The next polish up is called Sweeten The Pot, and Holo was describing this one as a smooth, lustrous, I'm saying that wrong, rich gold chrome. It's a gold chrome. How about that?
How about that?
And in case anyone else was not really a huge fan of Holo 1 coat chromes, this is not the same formulation as the 1 coat chromes, just FYI. I feel that this is the normal kind of chromey nail polish as opposed to like the specialty kind of chrome polish. Sweeten the Pot had a fantastic formula. This one was opaque on me in only 1 coat. However, you will be seeing this one built up in 2 coats. As someone who absolutely loves all things gold, I absolutely love the color of this. I will say, however, on the nail I found it shifted from being like what I would think of as more of a true gold towards like a bronzy brassy color, and I feel like that added color shift kind of makes this one lean a little bit more strongly towards like a very brassy tone of gold. I also did find that this one does show a little bit of brush strokes on the nail. As someone who doesn't personally really love brush strokiness in my polishes, I don't think this one was for me personally, but if you are also a certified gold lover, I feel like you might dig this one. If you have any kind of nail imperfections on your nail, this one is for sure going to show any imperfections that you have. I feel like you can definitely see where I have the patch on my nail. Even though this is not a color for me personally, it's gold, so like I'm struggling with not liking it because I just love gold. My swatches show Sweeten the Pot in 2 coats plus a glossy top coat. This is going to remove super duper easily. I did not personally notice any staining. The next polish up is called Velvet Room, and Holo was describing this one as a smooth cherry red chrome. Oh no, metallic. Metallic. It's a metallic. It says metallic, not chrome. Velvet Room also had a fantastic formula. This one was very opaque. This is another polish that I could definitely see people getting away with only 1 coat. It was just shy of being a 1 coater on me. I feel that if I had worked this one a little bit more, I could have for sure gotten this one opaque in 1. However, you'll be seeing my swatches of Velvet Room in 2 coats plus glossy top coat. Similarly to the last chromey shade, this is another polish. While it is a metallic-y chrome kind of polish, It's not that same kind of formulation of Holo Taco's One Coat Chromes. This is what I would say is like another normal kind of metallic as opposed to like a specialty chromy metallic. I do agree with Holo Taco's color description. This is very much a really fun, bright cherry red. I feel like it has like a very slight pink lean to it, but not enough that I'd call it a pinky red. There are some very slight brush strokes through the metallic pigment in this polish, but it's pretty easy to get this one to have the lines like mostly straight. The brush strokes that you see through the pigment, I feel like they're not so egregious that if I was wearing this one for personal wear for some reason, that I would have to like trying really hard trying to straighten out the brush strokes. They're not that bad. They're enough that like if you look for the brush strokes, you will in fact see them. Similarly to the last metallic shade, if you have any kind of imperfections on your nails, be it ridges, patches, whatever, you probably will be able to see them very easily with this polish, as you can see my patch on my nail. But again, nothing too egregious in my opinion. As a fake hater of red nail polish, I feel like I don't want to like this one because I don't like metallics and I don't like reds that strongly, but she's cute. This is a cute polish. I will give them that. This is very cute. Removal is going to be super duper easy for the shade because it's just a metallic and I did not personally experience any staining. The first topper in this collection is called Winning Street Taco, and Holo Taco describes a gold hollow topper with gold holographic flakes, gold holographic glitter, and gold reflective glitter in a clear base. I'm gonna say this now. It hurts my heart so bad that this is the second gold holographic glitter topper that Holo Taco has released, and it's also limited edition! It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Winning Street Taco had a fantastic formula. This is for all of the gold lovers. You get so much gold on the nail. I am obsessed. Because this is in a clear base, you're gonna be able to wear this one over any polish you want. For my live swatch, I swatched this one over One Coat Black. There are a few different types of holographic glitter in this polish. I believe that there are smaller gold shreds. I was seeing some slightly larger hexes with some smaller hexes, and I think there's also like a little bit of like a holographic dusting in here. And the gold reflective is super reflective, very easy to see in both natural lighting as well as indoors. You get a whole lot of gold sparkle on your nail with this polish, and it's so stupid pretty. I love this one to pieces. Because there is a whole lot of glitter in this polish, it will of course dry down fairly dang textured. You're gonna want 1 to 2 layers of top coat to smooth everything out, and it will of course be on the more difficult side for removal because it's a whole lot of glitter. Soak off method or a peel off base coat. The final polish in the collection is called Suit Yourself Taco, and Holo Taco describes this as a card suit shaped glitters, so spades, clubs, diamonds, and hearts in black and red colors in a clear base. Yes, I said that weird. Hopefully you understand. So Suit Yourself Taco had a really nice formulation. I'm going to say this now, however, this is going to be one of those glitter toppers where if you want to brush the polish on like you're going to be seeing in my live swatch, this is not the polish for that. This is not the brush on type of glitter. I feel like it looks really weird when you just brush them on. This is going to be one of those toppers that I feel like is more of a definitely use glitter placement with it to make it look good. I swatched this one out multiple times and I don't think it looks good being brushed on. I feel like this one really is going to perform the best in like nail art. So I tested this one out in one of two ways. My first time I just pulled the brush out to see how many glitters I got out on my nail, and I got out a really good amount of glitters on my nail. My second go around, I did put this one through my nail polish shaker, and obviously it really dispersed the glitters really well. I do think that whether you choose to brush this polish on or use it for glitter placement, I don't think you're gonna have a hard time getting the glitters out at all. They packed a whole lot of glitters in here. I just personally think that for just applying the polish, this is not going to be that kind of polish. As far as my own personal preferences, like this is probably my least favorite usage for a chunky glitter topper. I really like chunky glitter toppers that have both chunky glitters as well as like smaller glitters so that my nail doesn't look weird when I, you know, apply the polish as normal. On the positive side, despite having quite literally 2 packed Helmer doors filled of chunky glitter polishes, I don't own a single other glitter topper that has these exact kind of glitter shapes all in one. So that's really cool as far as like uniqueness levels for my collection goes. I will say, however, I feel like this is more a nail art in the bottle polish as opposed to a regular nail polish because again, I feel like you're really going to want to do glitter placement with these because it doesn't doesn't look great if you don't do glitter placement. The swatches that Holo Taco sent, like, it's very obvious that, you know, glitter placement was used. The pictures that I've seen thus far for this polish also very clearly also use glitter placement because it looks weird if you don't do that. So also, I should probably address the elephant in the room. For my live swatch, if it looked like I was battling to apply the polish initially, I used Holo Taco's World's First as my base for this polish because I didn't think it would look good over black because you can't see the black glitters over black because duh, black on black. So I opted to put this one over silver because I thought that would look pretty fun. I forgot that with Holo Taco's One Coat Chromes that they released that special quick drying base coat with them. I don't think that my base coat layer dried quickly enough when I put the polish on, so it was still like slightly tacky and wet, so I had a bit of difficulty for the live swatch for putting this one on. I actually ended up re-swatching it. So I will say, as far as the glitters go, they come out really easily. I found they laid down relatively smooth, so you're still gonna want 1 to 2 layers of top coat to smooth them out, but they don't dry like super textured. As is typical for Holo Taco's chunkier glitters, they do a really good job at sourcing really thin glitter, so they're not like really thick and bulky on the nail. I have a very strong C curve across all of my nails, and I don't usually have any issues with the glitters like on my nail with Holo Taco's chunky glitters. So for Suit Yourself Taco, I am not in fact the target audience for this polish because I don't like having to do glitter placement. I like doing glitter placement when there's like a specific glitter that I want in a specific spot, but overall I like to just like apply my polish and leave it at that. I will note, however, because these are chunkier glitters, they will for sure be on the more difficult side for removal. You will definitely want to use the soak off method or a peel off base coat for them. If you do the soak off method, you're going to want to soak this one off for a little bit longer.
And here are all the polishes in the collection paired with the toppers. Let's get a close up. So I'd say overall they do look pretty good paired with the polishes. Like obviously the black looks kind of weird, but for the most part I'd say these all look pretty good paired with the toppers.
Okie dokie, so let's get into some comparisons. First up, to compare to Winning Street Taco, I pulled out Gold Play Button over here. Gold Play Button is actually a full coverage holographic glitter that the brand unfortunately discontinued. I have it here in just one coat. Half the swatch wheel is white, well, clear, and then half the swatch wheel is black. I just wanted to show how this one performs as a topper to compare it to Winning Street Taco because I thought that would be the most similar thing in Holo Taco's lineup. And then over here we have Gold Scattered Taco, which was in the advent calendar from last year. I would say that none of these are like that similar. Gold Play Button, while it works well as a topper depending on what you put it over, I will say that Gold Play Button, it does have a tinted base, which you can kind of see up here over the clear. So it's not exactly the same as Winning Street Taco, as this is in a clear base. Also, the glitter mixes are different between them as well. I also wanted to do a comparison of Winning Street Taco to some of Holo Taco's other golds. So right here we have Gold Flaky Holo Taco from Holo Taco's first anniversary collection. This has been discontinued. Right here we have Holo Taco's Gold Flake Taco, which I do believe is still currently in stock. Right here we have Holo Taco's Gold Scattered Holo Taco, which was part of the Advent polishes, which has also been discontinued. And then over here isn't a Holo Taco polish. I also pulled out Plus Life Lacquer's Belle de Fizz. This is an indie brand. It dawned on me while editing and being annoyed at how many limited edition holographic golds Holo Taco has done that I actually had another topper that was gonna be pretty similar to the Holo Taco shade. I'm pretty sure that this one is still indeed in stock on the Plus Life Lacquer website, so I'll have it linked in the description box. None of these polishes I would say are terribly similar. However, if in the off chance that Winning Street Taco does sell out, I do think it is pretty similar to Plus Life Lacquer's Belle de Fizz. Belle de Fizz also has reflective glitter just like the Holo Taco polish. I would say the biggest differences between the two polishes is that the Plus Life Lacquer polish has holographic glitters in it that are very similar to the glitters in Gold Flaky Holo Taco, as opposed to having the same kind of glitter shreds as in the new Holo Taco polish. I wouldn't say any of these are like too similar, however. They're all different, sure, and again, as someone who really likes gold, I would say that they're all different enough to justify them all. And over here to compare to Velvet Room, I pulled out Holo Taco's Thirst Trap, and over here we have Sacrificial Lacquer. Sacrificial Lacquer is actually a magnetic polish, but I have it here unmagnetized. Velvet Room is very similar to Sacrificial Lacquer unmagnetized. I would say the biggest difference is that Velvet Room has like very slight brush strokiness, where Sacrificial Lacquer is not really super brush strokey. I would also also say that Sacrificial Lacquer has like a little bit of, I want to call it something in like the goldy oranginess family. I can't remember what color it magnetizes to, but the added magnetic pigment in this polish, I feel like it adds something to it that it just seems like there's like an additional color than just like red on red metalliciness. And then in comparison to Thirst Trap has a bit more, it's a little bit sparklier. It's not as smooth visually as Velvet Room is, and it's also significantly like brighter in color. And over here to compare to Sweeten The Pot, I pulled out Trophy Life, Starly's AU, Xyler the Cat Unmagnetized, and then all the way over here we have Boom Toasted. So these are largely all pulled out for color comparisons. Trophy Life is, I believe they discontinued this one. This was one of their one coat chromes. In case anyone was curious, this polish isn't formulated the same way as the one coat chromes were. I don't know if it's easily coming across on camera, but while these are both metallic finishes, it's a different kind of metallic finish. And also Trophy Life is significantly lighter. This is a very, very pale shade to call gold. Starly's AU is quite a bit sparklier. I feel like this is probably one of the most perfect tones of gold in my opinion. And it's also just like a little bit sparklier pigment wise in comparison to Sweeten The Pot. And Xyler Cat Eye is a magnetic shade. Again, it's unmagnetized, and this is more coppery as opposed to gold. And Boom Toasted is just looking real wonky over there. I'm gonna just put my hand here. Okay, that did not help at all with color. And also to compare to Sweeten The Pot, I pulled out Mooncat's Tape Hand Venom. This was requested over in my Discord server. So this polish, the Mooncat is a magnetic shade, so I'm just gonna be showing the bottle shot really quickly. I would say that Tape Hand Venom is a bit darker in color to Sweeten The Pot, and it also has like a bit more visual texture going on because it has some flakies in here as well. I'm trying to wiggle the ball so you can see some of the texture. So it's not gonna be completely smooth like the Holo Taco shade, and a bit darker in color. And this one's also gonna be a little bit color shifty on the nail. And to compare over here to Hit the Lights, we have Holo Taco's Midnight Spark, Holo Taco's Midnight Owl, Holo Taco's Playing Sapphire, and then over here we have Tanzanite Away. I feel like all of these polishes could be described as very blue tone, maybe like a little bit indigo-y. Well, not these two, but these three could. In my personal opinion, I think that Hit the Lights is significantly more blue in tone than Midnight Spark. Midnight Spark is very strongly towards that almost blurple-y color. Hit the Lights is significantly bluer in shade or tone. All the way over here, Tanzanite Away is significantly darker in color. I feel like, again, it has that very strong kind of indigo-y, purpley kind of tone to it, but it's a lot darker than the shades over here. I don't remember what color Holo Taco described Midnight Owl as being, but this one looks like it's like a dark purpley shade. And Playing Sapphire is kind of like a, I don't even know how to describe that actually, but it's not the same. How about that? How about that? And then to compare to All I Do Is Sin, I pulled out Black Hollow Wish and then Waste of Space. Do you see how dark Waste of Space is in comparison to All I Do Is Sin? I desperately wish All I Do Is Sin was able to darken up a smidge more like Waste of Space did. This is one polish in the collection that I foresee people probably saying is really like almost a combination of these two polishes together to make this one. I don't think they're that similar in truth. I feel like these are all black based polishes that all have very different vibes, but I will say All I Do Is Sin is the most sheerest of the polishes. I wish I had just like a smidge more pigmentation. It was requested to compare All I Do Is Sin to Holo Taco's Trick or Trash over here. I would best describe All I Do Is Sin as like a holographic glitter version to Trick or Trash. So Trick or Trash is rainbow metallic flakes, and All I Do Is Sin is rainbow holographic glitter. So they are similar in the sense that they're both black with rainbows going on, but this is going to be super duper sparkly from the holographic glitter, and this is going to be like more metallic-y from those metallic flakes. I would imagine for those of you who are not like hardcore collecting in your nail polish collections, I would imagine if you have Trick or Trash, you're probably going to say you don't need this one as well because, you know, it's rainbows in a black base. But I feel like for everyone else who really sees the differences between components, these are going to be two very different shades. And then finally over here we have Chandelier Showers. I pulled out Holo Taco's Got Cake, Holo Taco's Ride or Diamond, and Holo Taco's Rainbow Snow. I thought these would be the most similar base-wise since These, this, and this all have like clear bases. Got Cake is the most metallic-y of the bunch. I largely pulled this one up because it has that kind of strong purple shimmer and I thought it would be kind of comparable. Also, here's everything over my hand. I feel like this shows things a little bit better than a white background did. Chandelier Showers is perfection. We need this one to come back. So yesterday I put on Chandelier Showers to go to one of my book club meetings, and it dawned on me when I was applying this polish that I thought it was gonna be kind of similar to one of my favorite polishes from the indie brand Lacquer. So I wanted to do a quick comparison of the two because that is so stinking beautiful. So here is a bottle shot comparison of the Holo Taco shade compared to Lacquer's. What doesn't kill me better start running. They're not exactly the same, but I feel like the vibes are similar. And here are the two on a swatch wheel. This one here is the Holo Taco shade in 2 coats, and over here is the Lacquer shade. The Lacquer shade, the reflective glitter in it, I believe is either a very pale purple or like a violet color. So I feel like on the nail, this comes across significantly more iridescent, way more sparkly, and also way more reflective. But I feel like the vibes are pretty dang similar. The Lacquer polish also was opaque in 2 coats, where the Holo Taco, it probably needed a third, truthfully. And then here are both polishes with my hand underneath to kind of see how that looks color-wise. I feel like if you like the Holo Taco shade, you would definitely like the Lacquer shade because like it's kind of similar vibes-wise. So I also just wanted to quickly showcase the collection box. Yes, that is Edward Cullen as a Furby on my shirt.
This is the skin of a killer bug.
So here is the collection box on the front side. The little symbols in here do move. So it's like a little slot machine. And then here is one side. Here is the back. The other side. Here is the top side. And then it all opens from the bottom here. It has a little flap. Yes, it took me a few minutes to figure out how this opened. And here is the inside. Wow! And here are the collection boxes. They are holographic as always, and also have the Holo Taco embossing. If you pick up the collection box, it also comes with a deck of cards. The back of the cards does also have Simply's signature on there. The back of the cards, here is the back of the cards. They are also holographic. Oh no. We've got Ben with his porn stash as the Joker. We've got Ace of Diamonds. Okay. Shit. Okay, we're gonna be back with some cat hair. We've got Christine on the King card, plus bonus cat hairs. Christine is also on the Queen cards, the Jester cards. Okay, and then, you know, the rest of the playing cards are playing cards as normal. Everything is holographic. Alrighty, so final thoughts time. So overall, I'm not mad at this collection. I always look forward to what Holo Taco does for their anniversary collections. Also, how has it been 7 years already? I will fully admit that the metallic shades aren't for me personally, but that's just because I don't really care for metallic shades. But I feel like overall, the color story is very kind of Vegas-y, slot machine-like. I feel like this is a very cohesive looking collection. I feel like they all fit the theme really, really well. I will fully admit I am a little bit frustrated that we have yet another gold topper polish that is unfortunately limited edition. I am frustrated just because I love gold. Like, duh, you're watching, you know by now, I love me some gold, and I just desperately wish we had a little bit more like non-limited edition gold in the Holo Taco lineup. But overall, I think this is a really solid collection, even if the whole thing isn't for me personally, which I don't think the collection has to be for me personally. Like, I'm not that self-absorbed. My first top pick from this release is going to be Winning Street Taco. It's a gold topper, it's holographic, it's reflective glitter. I love a reflective holo moment on the nail, so duh, that's gonna be one of my top picks. Also gonna be picking Chandelier Showers as my other top pick. I absolutely love the combination of holographic and iridescent together. I feel like this polish is reminding me a little bit of some of my favorite polishes from the brand Lacquer. I really, really love polishes that have so much going on in them that it's really hard to see all the various things. You're just getting like a lot of sparkle and just like bling bling blow on the nail. That is definitely where my heart is currently laying as far as polishes go. So yeah, those are my top picks. As far as pricing and sale information goes, Holo Taco prices their nail polishes between $13 $14 up to $15.50 each. If you pick up all 7 polishes inside the collector's box, it's going to be $113, which has a $9 discount if you purchase them individually. The Jackpot collection is considered limited edition, so these are going to be around for a limited time and they will not be restocked. I would love to know what everyone thought of this release. Are you planning on picking up? Have you already picked up? Y'all know the drill. Let me know all your thoughts and feelings. Also, I would also be curious to know what's everyone's favorite Holo Taco anniversary collection that they've done. I was having this conversation with some friends of mine on what I thought was like the best Holo Taco collection, and I feel like from the past 7 years, I feel like I've utilized the toppers from the Holo Taco anniversary collections more than I have the actual polishes from the collection. I'm fairly confident that Everything Taco is probably one of my most used Holo Taco toppers. I feel like the retro collection is probably my favorite Holo Taco anniversary collection based off of the color story, however. So yeah, let me know what everyone's favorite Holo Taco anniversary collection is. I'm curious just to know. Before we end today's video, I do want to give a very special shout out to my channel members. Shenanigans, Story Fans, your names of course, all on the screen right now. If you would like to sign up for my channel memberships, there is of course a link for that in the description box. Or of course you can click join next to the subscribe button. But as always, that is completely optional. Just like the video, comment on the video, share the video, all the things. And seriously, we are good. So just thank you all for joining me for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks again, Holo Taco, for gifting me this release. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
When I get high, I ain't looking at the clock, still ballin' like